Smith chart, one of the important topics of transmission lines. While dealing transmission lines, we have to find input impedance, Zin, standing wave ratio, reflection coefficient, length at which voltage maxima, length at which current maxima, or we can call it as voltage minima. If we want to solve all these, then the computations will be complex. Actually, it is very toughest job to find all these things. Smith chart provide us a method to solve all these things, and we get all these things in a graphical way. If we talk about Smith chart has two things. It has something called constant resistance and constant reactance. This is how Smith chart look like. Now let us identify what is constant resistance circle and what is constant reactance circle. If I look here, there are some circles right here, these circles are called constant resistance circle. And then what is constant reactance circle? If we observe, there is something here. See, this is what these are also called circles. Even in the downside also, this circles is called constant reactance circles. We have identified Smith chart has two things. One is constant resistance and constant reactance. Let's proceed. What else is there in the Smith chart? I can see something written here. Wavelength towards the generator. Look here. Wavelength towards the generator. And there's something written here. Wavelength towards the load. Wavelength towards the load. Let us understand what do you mean by this. If you remember normal transmission line which we used to draw. See, this is what characteristic impedance Z0 and load impedance Zn. If you start the measurement from the load point to the generator, if we start the measurement from load point to the generator, if reference point is load and moving towards the generator, then this is nothing but moving towards the generator. But if your reference point is generator and moving towards the load, and that is called moving towards the load. There are two things which we have observed now. One is moving towards the generator, another one is moving towards the load. Either you can measure, so problems they can ask, either you can measure from, that is moving towards the load or moving towards the generator. Let us consider, just look here, the starting point. From the starting point, now it is measuring 0. From here to half of the circle, it is 0.25. Half of the circle is 0.25. Now if you take a complete circle, then we will get 0.5. It means that I am moving a distance of lambda by 2, and this is very important. For a full circle, I am moving a distance of lambda by 2. Now somebody may ask, if I want to cover lambda distance, the answer is very easy. If one circle in the Smith chart giving you lambda by 2, then you need two circles. Lambda by 2 plus lambda by 2 is equals to lambda. Another important thing here to note is there is something called angle of reflection coefficient. Just look here, angle of reflection coefficient. We'll see this importance when we will solve the problem using a Smith chart. Now, the question is how impedance will be plotted in case of Smith chart. How impedance will be plotted in case of Smith chart. Now again draw the transmission line of characteristic impedance Z0 and load impedance ZL. The transmission line of Z0 and ZL. Let us, the characteristic impedance Z0 equals to 50 and ZL equals to 50 plus 100J, or you can take anything called characteristic impedance is 50 and load impedance is 100 plus 50J. If I go to the Smith chart, none of the values is 100. How we are going to deal this situation? If I am just going to the Smith chart, I didn't find any point here, it is measuring 100. So now what I have to do is, in case of Smith chart, everything is plotted in terms of normalized. Whatever it may be, everything will be of normalized. So now I am going to find normalized impedance, that is equals to load impedance by characteristic impedance, that is equals to ZL by Z0. Now I have given the values 100 plus 50J divided by 50, that gives 2 plus 1J. Now we have to plot 2 plus 1J, that is normalized load impedance. So here 2 is resistive part and 1 is imaginary part, or we can call it as reactive part. The reactive, if the reactance part is positive, then we can plot the same in inductive above the half circle, and if it is negative, then we can call it as capacitive part. Now the resistive part is this 2, and I have a reactive part, that is inductive, the value is 1. Now what I have to do is have to find intersection of these two circles. That is what my intersection point, and this is called normalized load impedance 2 plus 1J, and that is what now we have understand what is Smith chart, what is its purpose, and how to plot impedance on the Smith chart. Thank you.